Alright, before I get into today's video, I want to thank everyone for helping me reach 1K subs on YouTube. I think that's pretty cool. And it also means I get to monetize my videos, which means you guys get to watch ads. I know, what a thing to celebrate, truly an amazing occasion. But right now, I only have it so it's set to the skippable ads, the ones that are like 5 seconds, so hopefully it's like not too bothersome. I have no idea what the actual like revenue is from those. Maybe I get like absolutely no money if I do that. If that's the case, maybe I'll switch it back. I don't know. But for now, yeah, thanks everyone for subscribing. In this run, I just go for a bunch of penguins. Penguins are a really good unit. They like offer some of the best stats in the game for scaling. If you compare it to even like a monkey, if you have 4 level 2s, you're giving +4/+4 to your entire team, which is actually better than a monkey, even though it's a tier 4. Of course, you don't always have level 2s on your team, and I guess kind of the problem with it is getting level 2s that are like tier 4, 5, 6s can be a little tricky. Usually you can get level 2 tier 1s pretty consistently. Also, I don't know what that team was. It was just a bunch of hedgehogs, which caused a draw. That's cool. I guess they're setting up for hedgehog blowfish. But yeah, so usually you can get level 2 fish, level 2 mosquito, like level 2 ant, and those will all be like half decent to be scaled, but they're not super good late game. You don't really want any of those besides mosquito in the late game. Mosquito just to pop melon armor. So you usually want to replace those things with other things. One thing that works pretty well with uh, a penguin scaling is to have a skunk, because typically what you lose to is one big unit. If there's one big unit with like melon armor that's a 50-50, it can actually kill 3 25-25s with melon armor. So you gotta watch out for those teams. So to counteract that, you just go with the skunk, right? Of course, you gotta get the skunk to level 2 if you want it to scale, but still, it's a pretty good addition to the team. Also, in this run, I went with a fish with bone attack at the back just to try to cause some more draws, because when I was doing these runs, I didn't quite have enough time to get all 5 penguins. It's kind of difficult, it turns out, to get 5 level 2s of the same unit. But yeah, it also caused me to lose some of the early rounds. Not a great idea to have the strongest unit, or the thing with the most attack in the back. But Swan is also a great level 2 to have, you just get that economy. Extra gold at the start, certainly very helpful to get the things that you want. If you're ever like going for meme runs, I would recommend taking swans. But I mean, yeah, I mean, why would be going for 5 penguins? What a silly thing to do. It's probably not as good as like 5 monkeys, because you have to get the penguins to level 2 in order to scale each other, which is kind of like the only downside to penguin, is that it doesn't buff itself when it's level 2, but that would make it kind of OP, so, you know, fair enough. So what other things are pretty good with penguin? You can actually go for dodo rooster. It's a pretty good combination, because again, if you have like 25 attack, it's not a ton, but if you have dodo rooster, like 25 attack on a dodo, maybe like 10 on the rooster, or like 15, you could have like 40 attack, and then you also be spawning the 20 attack chicks, so that works out pretty well. The problem, I guess, is like with the dodo, it's a tier 2, so you're much less likely to get that early level 2. What I found when going for this run is that it was pretty hard just to scale the penguins. I often sold the units that were like keeping me alive to get penguins, and I kept losing because of it. So I mean, you don't want to like pivot completely to just penguins. You do want to keep some things around to be able to scale, but you also don't want to like keep the bad units around the entire time. You can win an arena with just pure stats, but I mean, it's probably going to be a little easier if you have things with actually good abilities that you can get to level 2. So you want to try to pivot at the right time. I actually took a deer here, which I normally don't really do, but it gave me that level 2 deer, so I decided to take it, and with the cans, it's not really bad stats. And now I get the first level 2 penguin, so I got pretty lucky with penguins in this run. And then, oh, a roll into double chocolate is amazing. I don't know what the odds are that you get double chocolate, but it's just an insanely lucky roll that's so beneficial most of the time. Instantly get something to level 2. Oh, it's so good. But I'm relying on this level 3 swan, which is also very lucky to get. That just lets me spend so many rolls trying to get this penguin. And here we go. We got a triple penguin squad already on turn 10. That's pretty nice. The cans make it so like its base stats aren't absolutely terrible, but it's still not amazing, and I could definitely lose one of these upcoming rounds, I think, just based off these stats, but it's already looking pretty nice. Very satisfying scaling. Penguins just very fun units to give buffs. I don't know if it's fun. I guess the word is just satisfying, but Yeah, I took a loss there, which is a little scary because I'm already on lethal, and now I have to make a decision. Like, what do I do here? Uh, I could sell the deer maybe and just go with the snail, or I could combine penguins, get a level 3 penguin, and then go for like the other level 2s. If I do combine penguins, it's going to make it a lot harder to get all 5 level 2 penguins. But that's probably already spoiled in the thumbnail. I'm actually not sure. Should I like post the thumbnail of the kind of end game unit because it is kind of a spoiler, and I want to avoid spoilers. That seems to be like a common thing in the comments. Also, that does remind me. I'm not sure. I've had like quite a few comments of people liking the music and also disliking the music. So I'm not sure what to do. It would be easier just to not have any music because then I don't have to pick any out. So I might just go with that. But I'm not really sure. Let me know down below, I guess. And then whoever, like, I guess whatever comments more, like yes music or no music, is probably what I'll go with. So we got another penguin. The scary thing is, like, what can I sell here that wouldn't make me just absolutely lose? And the question is, I don't think I can. Like, I'm really relying a lot on both the swan and the deer. And I think I want to wait a little bit longer before I sell one of those units to get even more scaling. But right now, the swan's like kind of destroying this person's team, so that worked out pretty well. So once you start getting the penguins to buff each other, it's looking pretty good. And steak, that also very helpful. Pretty underrated food item, I think, in general. It just makes any unit like pretty good in the game, even if it's kind of weak stats beforehand. And yeah, everything has equipment, so it's really not too bad. You got steak, you got melon, you got splash. Like everything's covered, you know. It's pretty nice to have everything with equipment. There have been times when I just have pure stats and I will lose, even though it's like a bunch of 30/30s, just because I have no melon armor, no steak, no splash, that kind of thing. And steak even has a purpose on strong units. So a 50/50 with steak attack will trade with the 50/50 with melon armor. So like if people are thinking that a 50/50 with melon armor is gonna last a few hits and they have like tiger snake, if you do have a really strong unit with steak attack up at the front, then it will one shot anyway. I guess the other alternative would be get level 2 skunk, and then you can also one shot a 50/50 with your own 50/50 even if they have melon armor. And yeah, so the scaling has really taken off. The penguins are scaling each other so nicely, which means I sold deer there, and now I have 4 penguins, which means I just need one more, right? And I sell the 50/49 swan with melon armor to take a solid 5/4 penguin. It seems like a pretty good move, right? That can't be the wrong play. But look at this beautiful team. Oh boy. It's so perfect. I tried for quite a while to get this, and I failed many attempts because it's not the optimal thing to go for. Still, just so nice. I ordered them just so that they would buff in order, and it's so beautiful to watch. That should be like a GIF or a GIF where it's just all the penguins scaling each other. It's gotta be one of the best things. I was a little scared here, but managed to win. The 40/15 even punches through melon armor. And I guess I just go for a level 3 penguin here. The team's pretty much complete. This is exactly what I wanted. Or we can maybe get more melon on this one penguin that doesn't have anything. And there you go. Immediately roll into it. Very nice. And I think I decide to rearrange the team here. I mean, it's not really too necessary. Usually you want the strongest things in front, right? And like, you don't want something with steak at the back because that will mostly cause draws, but I did it anyway just to keep things in order, I guess. So satisfying. You love to see it. And look at that. We already got almost a 50/50 penguin at the front, too. And absolutely crushed this person's teams. So, yeah, that's the all penguin team. Very fun. Love to see it. And I think penguin is S tier. It's very cool. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate all the support. See ya.